How do? I'm back. Been away for a little while, but let's see. We've got some updates we need to make on our good friend 3i Atlas here. This is what I made for 3i Atlas. It's not actually 3i Atlas. I just generated that because it looks pretty and it looks nice. But anyhow, the update on our friend 3i Atlas here is they found a fourth tail, supposedly. So now it has the primary tail going out the back, but on 3i Atlas it only stops off about here, and it still has a main jet going straight forward towards the sun. So here's the sun, okay, it has a massive, the biggest jet is still pointing to the sun. Normally it's supposed to be like this one, away from the sun. So think of it like if the sun was over here. Whoops. If the sun was over here, and you have the big old, it's not going to work. Anyhow, you have that big old jet going towards the sun. Plus then 3 other jets 120 degrees off and away from it. Very strange. Still very strange, but now they have 4 tails coming off of it. So who knows what the thing's doing. It's also changing colors. Again, it's not losing much brightness, so it's not really getting all that much dimmer as it heads out. So it's just up to all kinds of fun things. Its size now, their latest estimate of a mass of about 44 million metric tons, and it has a diameter of about 3/4 of a mile, making this the fastest thing that's ever come through our solar system, including anything we've sent out. We cannot get anywhere close to the speed this thing's clicking through. 2, it's also the largest thing that's ever come through our solar system that we're aware of. So this thing is huge, and it's booking. It is moving like you wouldn't believe. So, good thing it missed us. And like I said, this is 3i Atlas. This is the third one of these we've ever seen, we've ever captured. Lord knows how many more there have been, because we weren't looking, but now we're going to start looking, so we're probably going to see more of them. But anyhow, right now, this one sets the record in weirdness, size, speed, you name it. So far, 3i Atlas is maintaining the crown. We have the 4 tails. Still cannot explain how that's coming up. It's radiating more nickel than iron. Still a little strange doing that. They're usually hand in hand. It's also off-gassing, it's off-gassing methane, which is interesting. So, off-gassing methane, kind of, maybe it had, who knows what it had for lunch. But anyhow, also off-gassing cyanide. Now, that's okay. We've had other comets coming by that had cyanide off-gassing. But first off, we're not going to really, cross its path. So unless, it goes by us and its trail is, leaking off the cyanide out the back, we want to know. 2, even if it did, and our planet happened to go through its tail of cyanide, our atmosphere would just burn it right up. So it wouldn't even make it down to us. So people worried about, 3i Atlas being, we're going to get killed off when we go through, when Earth passes through what was left of the tail of it. If, and when we do. So that's bunk. Another interesting one now is a person or two, and I don't remember their name, and nor did I think it worthy of mentioning their name, says that he was able to use CERN, or we were able to use CERN, which is the Large Particle Accelerator in Europe. That big, huge circular thing that we fire various elements through, protons and electrons and whatnot, and try to, see what happens when they, it's like collider. But anyhow, somehow, this person or people are saying they were able to use CERN to communicate with the people inside 3i Atlas. Okay, so then they're clearly saying that this is, not a comet, it's space people of some form. Apparently they're holographic or only appear as holographic images through CERN. Now, again, it's a particle accelerator. I don't know how, that makes it, plus, and this kind of really helps, CERN has been turned off or powered down. It's been in winter mode. They're only just now starting to fire it back up and, do whatever tweaking, get it set up, or whatever they're going to do next. So I don't know how this person or these people were able to use something that is not running right now to communicate with a comet that they claim have hologram people in it, who probably said, hey, save the world, save the planet, save the whales, vote. Who knows? But, whatever the topic is of the day, global warming. Don't buy that one either. Anyhow, I don't really think anyone's talking to the occupants of 3i Atlas. The big particle accelerator. Now, here's another one that's coming up. Now, okay, this is going to be Jupiter now. Okay, this is our Jupiter now. One thing they're saying is 3i Atlas is going to go past Jupiter, as we can see in my little diagram here, a little running instrument here. So that's 3i Atlas coming, and there's Jupiter. As it approaches Jupiter, it's going to be close enough to attract or be caught by Jupiter's gravity, and it's going to basically do what's called Arrowbreaking, which, when the object goes through the atmosphere, seeks out the gravitation and goes through the atmosphere of another planet like Jupiter to slow it down. It's kind of like running a car into a bunch of water, and you slow down, and everyone falls forward into the windshield. And after it does that, it's going to go in orbit around Jupiter and remain there. First off, it's going to be, Jupiter's moving this way. As we can see on our diagram here, Jupiter's going this way. 3i Atlas is coming at it this way. So it's coming at an angle like this. An angle like this. Jupiter's moving this way. 3i Atlas is coming like that. Now, with that high level of acceleration, it's going to have to catch and come all the way around to then be stuck in Jupiter's orbit. So that's a hell of a, arc to then turn around. It's almost like, an oval, what's drifting. Like it's going to really drift around. I don't think that's going to happen either. And another one that these same wonderful people talk about is that it's going to be caught by Jupiter's gravity and atmosphere and everything. And I'm going to use that to swing it around, and then it's going to break free, and it's going to come back through our solar system, so we get another chance to visit it, or it's going to have more chance to come see us. So again, it's going to be using Arrowbreaking. Again, Arrowbreaking. I've heard that before somewhere, haven't we? Wonder where. Yeah, that was it. Arrowbreaking. No fun. Anyways, I don't really think this is going to be able to do that. Plus, again, we have that angle. Jupiter's going this way. 3i Atlas is going this way. Even though it's going really fast, it's going to have to then, make that angle. It's going to have to be caught and do a reverse around and then come back and then shoot down that way. That's a hell of a lot of work. Now if it was the other way around, if it was coming this way and Jupiter was coming this way, then, being caught and being spun around this way makes a lot of sense. It kind of catches this momentum. Its momentum is this way. This is coming this way. Okay, that's going to be like a more natural way of being caught and come around. Almost like a pulley. Whereas this way, it's off angle, and it's going to have to come, around. That ain't going to happen. That ain't going to happen either. So, anyhow, yeah. I don't think any of those are going to happen. We will know when it gets close to Jupiter, right? As it approaches Jupiter here. That's going to be in a month. This is February 13th today, and it's going to be the closest to Jupiter on March 16th. So we got a month, 2026. We have a month to go before it gets there, and then we will see if it decides to go in orbit around Jupiter, go arrow-breaking through Jupiter and coming back to us, or possibly it's just going to go by Jupiter. Again, this is Jupiter, not the sun here for this. Go by, and maybe a little bit of a pull from Jupiter will alter its path. So instead of continuing this way, it's going to maybe take a little turn like that and then go off into infinity. I got a funny feeling with the how big this thing is and how fast it is. Granted, Jupiter's incredibly huge. I got a funny feeling it's just going to go right on. It's just Jupiter's going to go by and it's going to go right by, and they're just going to say, hey, as they pass each other, and I don't think it's going to change the direction of this at all. Well, again, we'll find out March, right around about a month from now. We'll find out what's going on. Artemis 2 are launched to go around the moon and come back, which we haven't done since the 60s and early 70s. That's been postponed. I put another video about it. It's because, well, one, I had a little leak. Okay, but one of the other things that's keeping it postponed, and it's actually a little bit bigger. The leak was, okay, we can fix leaks, but it's because of all the massive amount of solar activity we've been having right now. Again, another video I just made earlier today. NASA saying, we ain't launching with that kind of solar activity. Just not worth it. Never know when, all it takes is a big solar wind blast coming off of that, and people are going to be in this one. They're going to, okay, now it's the moon. We're going to come out, and do an orbit around the moon or two, and then come on back to Earth. As the moon's continuing around. There's another, geez, think about that. Again, angular momentum, direction, gravity, fun stuff. I don't do that. Anyways. Cross your fingers for it. Hopefully we'll get it launched off soon. A break in the wind, a break in the solar activity. Probably, I don't know how it's going to happen because, well, we're in solar maximum, but it's cutting back out. It's like 11 years up to solar maximum, and then 11 years to solar minimum, and then 11 years up to solar maximum again. A sine wave, sine curve. We're at 11 and heading over. So it is going to, start going a little more less active. Sometimes we don't get to see any flares, any sunspots, anything. Versus right now, it's like a kid who busted out in freckles and pimples all over the place. It's just popping and bursting all over the place. That was gross. I apologize for that. Anyhow, I grossed myself up. Yeah. We'll call it a day. Put our little friend back up here. Whee! And, yeah. See what I come up with for you. Well, we'll see what happens in a month. Sorry. Okay. People, be kind to each other. Again, there's still a lot of weird people running around out there doing a lot of really weird things. I really wish, we had some adults taking care of some of these people doing what they're doing. I don't mean in physical age, I mean in, mentality. Yeah, anyways. Behave yourself, avoid the weirdos, be kind to one another, may your God go with you. Stavos. Button, Frank, button.